Hello, this is Dr. Robert York-Westbrook, and this is my third video on lowering property taxes. And there's what I feel is some good news out there that I wanted to share with you all about what's going to be coming up in November. Let me preface this video, as I have all of my other videos, by saying the discussion that we're going to have today is purely my opinion. I'm not speaking for anybody else, nor am I giving you any type of financial or legal advice. So I take no responsibility or bear no responsibility for the decisions that you might make when watching this video. This is simply my attempt to continue to educate people on my views relative to property taxes in Brazoria County in particular. And none of my discussion represents the views of anyone on the Board of Directors for Brazoria County Appraisal District. Now, with that said, I want to jump right into what's going on in terms of the property tax space. There is some new legislation that is being proposed that I think that all of us should be aware of, and I wanted to share that with you to give you an idea of just what's going on. So let me just jump right into this here and get into our discussion today. There is a there are a few bills that are going to be coming up for our vote on November that are going to lower property tax if we approve them. They've already passed the Senate in the state of Texas legislature. They've gone to the governor's desk, and my understanding is he's already signed them. And this is exactly what I was talking about in video one, where we said that we needed to have a fundamental change to the property tax code. And I fervently believe that these changes are taking place because of the hard work of those of us that have really been working hard to get the property tax code changed, to put forth your concerns over property tax to those that are in the legislature, those state senators, and including the governor um, and others, and lieutenant governor as well, that property taxes need to change, because up until now, the majority of the responsibility has been on the homeowners and businesses, and so many people who are benefiting from property taxes, from what our property taxes pay for, or have not been engaged in having to pay anything. And there are so many other vehicles that could be used to gain revenue for school districts and local jurisdictions other than our property taxes, that it's important that this type of legislation be passed. Okay, so first of all, the first thing I wanted to talk about is Senate Bill 4. So Senate Bill 4 is a legislative package that increases the homestead exemptions. Now, a couple of years ago, about a year ago, we saw the benefits. The homestead exemption reached $100,000, which was more than double the exemption from before. Now the exemption is going to be $140,000 if we pass this bill. So literally, what that means is that if your property is appraised at $500,000, it's going to lower the value of that to down to $360,000. So you would only be charged against a tax rate for $360,000 as opposed to being charged a tax rate for $400,000 or $500,000. So this is going to lower property taxes for 5.7 million homesteads in Texas, and so it's extremely significant. But this only happens if we approve. Um, our elders, those people who are 65 and older, and all those also people that have disabilities. It's just amazing to me. It's injustice and unrighteous that people over 65 years old should be paying any kind of property tax at all. But this Senate Bill 23 is going to take their exemption from 110,000 to 160,000. And also in this same bill, the state is going to pay the majority, if not all, of I think the school taxes for this age group and those that have this disability. So I invite you to read more about what's going to be done in Senate Bill 23 for seniors. A lot of this is new. I'm giving you what my opinion about how this is going to work, but I know that they want to decrease this significantly, not only what you see here, but even take additional steps as it relates to the school property tax, uh, the taxes that property taxes that are coming out of the school districts on people 65, as well as those with disabilities. House Bill 9 is something else that if we approve it, can lower property taxes, but this time it's for businesses. Texas law has allowed an exemption only up to $2,500 for businesses, income producing property for things like equipment, computers, printers, specialized vehicles. But the new law is going to spike this up to $125,000. Not only will this lower property taxes, but could also result in new job creation. Because imagine if your property tax is lowered by that amount, you should be able to hire additional people. It also could create a spike in business growth as people seek to now open new businesses because the property taxes are going to be more agreeable to their budget. Now, there will be some effects of this. Most people will immediately think, well, how are the school districts going to pay for these decreases in property taxes? But the state in these bills is promising to send more funds to the school districts so that they will be able to sustain themselves after these property tax cuts. And they're able to do that because there is an overage in the state budget, meaning that we have paid so much money into the state budget that they have more than enough to give us a decrease. And rather than overspending it or doing something that is financially irresponsible, they are listening to those of us who have been mandating, fighting, struggling, preaching, everything else, saying lower the property taxes of our constituents. And so that's what they're going to be doing. But you have to approve it. You have to go to the poll. You have to vote. You have to approve it. Okay, this is what I was talking about in video 1, where I was saying, we need to create these local groups to go out and fight. Well, this is a win. The property taxes only get lowered if we go and vote. That's the point. And so this is your opportunity to jump into this fire with us, with those of us that are fighting for you to lower property taxes. This is a step in the direction that would seem to make sense. Now, on a county and municipal level, the state is not going to fund some of those programs. So those counties, municipal levels, the different offices within the county and so forth and so on, and local governments, they're going to have to figure out how they're going to get by without the additional revenue that they've seen from the property taxes. So they may try to increase certain costs. But those costs will be spread over everybody, not just property owners. And that's the type of tax code relief that I think that we need and you definitely deserve. So please share this video with other people so that they can know that this legislation is out there and so that they can take this matter into their own hands. This is not just for people living in Brazoria County. Let me say that again. In this particular case, this legislation is for everybody that's a property owner in Texas. So please share it to the nth degree. I'm going to do my best to publish it, share it, put some teeth on it. But I need you all to go out and share this video so other people will know that come November, you have an opportunity to do what we talked about in the first video. Those of us that have been working very hard, very diligently to get a change in the tax code to lower your property tax That bill is going to be on, three of those bills are going to be on the books in November. We have to vote for it. Take care.